All right, everybody. Definitely wanted to go over the summer lifting, especially because we can't meet. This is definitely mainly for the freshmen, all the returners. You're going to understand, the terms, verbiage, all this stuff. But of course, any questions that come up, let me know. Um, Freshmen and anybody else, grab paper, a pen right now, take notes or write down questions that you have. Also, my phone number 203-984-0581. Text me anytime. You have questions, forum questions, whatever. Definitely let me know. I want to make sure you guys understand what you're doing so you come into the fall, ready to go. All right. Um, we're just going to take this step by step or page by page. All right. So some terms here. It's pretty straightforward, right? So like back squat, this would be, you're going to warm up. That's your first set, 12 reps. By 10 means 10 reps. 8, 8, 6, right? Very key. Reps go down. I mean, the weight goes up. So back squat, if you're starting at 135 here with 12, weight's going to be more for 10. All right. You're going to see BB, that means barbell. You're going to see DB, that means dumbbell. You're going to see HIIT, that's high intensity interval training. It's pretty much like cardio with weights. We do a lot of it. It's something that for the new guys might be new for you if you haven't done it before. Um, Definitely something with the summer challenge that we're gonna get involved in. So a lot of fun there. EMOM. So you're going to see this EMOM. That means every minute on the minute. All right. So 10 thrusters, EMOM by 8, right? Like Chinese, but really it's you're doing 10 thrusters. And there's a way to, if you don't know what a thruster is, and there's a page here that explains everything, like your library. Every minute on the minute. So in the first minute, you're going to do 10 thrusters. Second minute, 10 thrusters. Third minute, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, for 8 minutes total. Okay. So you're doing 80 thrusters total. Now, if you go really, really slow, let's say it takes you 40 seconds to do 10 thrusters, you're going to have 20 seconds of rest. If you go nice and quick with it, say it takes you 10 seconds to do 10 thrusters, you're going to have 50 seconds of rest. All right. Again, this is something that you're just going to kind of learn as you go about it and start doing it. Pacing certain stuff you're going to learn about. Again, just the key for this summer is definitely form and to understand, what this stuff means, and then we'll get into the competition and stuff like that. Anything else? Okay, here pretty self-explanatory. Strict press stuff. Again, EMOM hit by 10 minutes. So right here, so 4 reps during the first minute. So this one's a little confusing. Devil press. So during the first minute, so from 0 to the first minute, you're going to do 4 devil press. From 1 minute to 2 minutes, you're going to do 8 med ball slams, and then so on and so forth. Okay. That's a fun one. Full day, pretty simple. Oh, also, it's 4 days per week with no specific day for each, right? During the summer, a lot of stuff could be going on, right? You have games, vacation, you're bouncing around. It's up to you when is day one, right? It could be Monday for some people, it could be Tuesday for some people. But the key, of course, you have day one, you have day two, you have day three, you have day four, and then you have over here mobility 1 time a week, and then sprint work 1 time a week. All right. I would avoid doing sprint work. Let's say you have a leg day and you want to do sprint work the same day, like you're going to do a 2 a day. Definitely avoid doing sprint work in the morning and then legs. All right. Try to be very smart about it. But you can definitely do, mobility with, at night for one of these, or you can do mobility and sprint work on one day. So you have 4 days of lifting, and then you have mobility and sprint work. You can definitely mix and match however you want, however it fits your schedule, but get the 4 days in 100%, everyone's lifting, and then you have mobility and sprint work. All right, so it's going to be up to you guys to kind of make the schedule. Come the fall, we're going to have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, however we're going to do it. But in the summer, I don't want to, especially with guys playing baseball certain days, just get the 4 days in, we'll be good. Okay. Duration of this, so it should be about an hour to an hour and a half each day. If you see yourself going, it took me hour 45, 2 hours to do, a day one lift or a day two lift, you're probably taking your rest is probably too long. If it takes you 40 minutes to do one of these days, the rest is too short, right? Rest is very crucial, especially for these compound lifts like back squats, strict press, deadlift, bent over rows, hang cleans. Like use 60 seconds, 90 seconds after, like get the rest that your body needs, especially for the big compound lifts there. Okay. Again, any questions in here, just let me know. Do whatever I can to help you out, of course. And then you have warm-ups on the side here. All right, please do them. I think at the end of the season, the warm-ups were kind of like an afterthought, but definitely in the summer, please do them. Very important. Okay. All right, summer challenge. All right, the first one, you can thank Mr. Chris Polk for this one. Sent it to me, I think, in Florida as a joke, and guess what? We're doing it. All right, so there's a video here that goes over it. This guy's like 55 years old doing it. Form's decent, not the best. Pretty simple. It's just laid out right here for you. Okay. So dumbbell snatches, you guys are going to know what that is. Lateral burpees. The lateral burpees, you're jumping or hopping over the dumbbell. Big difference. Just doing burpees in one position. When you jump over a dumbbell, it taxes you pretty good. So this one's very hard. I'll be very honest. 4 or maybe 5 guys in my head right now are going to be able to do this in the 15-minute cap. Okay. If you hit 15 minutes, stop. Don't be like, I'm going to finish it. No, 15 minutes is the cap. Do not go over. If it's 15 minutes and you just get, the first 4 done, that's it. Just let me know. It's fine. This is a very tough one. So again, this is about kind of finding where your wall is, trying to break through it, especially for the freshmen. You've never done this stuff before. I don't expect too much. I think every single returner is going to be able to, understand it and do it. Are you going to be able to do it in 15 minutes? Honestly, probably not. But we'll see. 35 pounds, that's the dumbbell we're using. If, you're throwing it over and it's just too much weight, just drop it. Do 30 pounds, 25 pounds. Again, returners can definitely use 35 pounds. Freshmen, I don't know. We'll see what you guys can do. All right. Second half of June. Oh yeah, and the first half of June. So what this means, so simple enough. The first half of June, you got to get this one in, the first one, right? So from right now until June 15th, get that one in, whatever day works for you. All right. Second half of June, so 15th to the 30th. We have seal legs, very simple, 15 double press, 25 air squats, and then rep scheme of 12, 9, 6, and 3. The video right there. Very key, hit parallel with the air squats, please. All right. Legs feed the wolves. This is a staple we're probably always going to do. 1.5-mile run, first half of July. So even if you're somewhere for 4th of July or whatever, wake up, get it done. I think last year the time to beat was 10:06, I believe. Fight Gone Bad. This is a very fun one. So this is not for time. The first three are for time, for time, for time, for time. This is for reps. Okay. So what you're gonna do, you have 1 minute of wall balls, 1 minute of kettlebell swings, 1 minute of box jumps, 1 minute of push press. Right. The weight is there that you're gonna use. The inches for the box jump is right there for what you're gonna use. You're gonna keep track of your reps. Now I did this one, so I know what a good score, or I know what a score is. And one thing that I definitely realized, you got to write down during this rest, write down your reps. So keep track of the reps, this first one, then write it down. Let's say you get, 85 reps in this first one, write it down. You're going to rest a minute, and then you're going to get right back into it. When you're done with this one, write down the reps, and then you get into the third and final one, write down the reps, you add it up. That is your score. All right. So this one is for reps. All right. And then laser 20, pretty simple, is moving your body a little bit. 15 push-ups, 20 butterfly sit-ups, 25 jumping jacks. This is for rounds. So in 20 minutes, how many rounds of these three workouts at these three rep schemes are you able to complete? So let's say you get 14 rounds in, and let's say on the 15th round, the 20 minutes was completed. You hit 20 minutes and you got 8 push-ups in. Your final score would be 14 plus 8. Okay, I think last year we did something for rounds, and I got like whole numbers, meaning like I completed 12 rounds. I completed 15 rounds, and I was just kind of confused, meaning like, so right when the time, you finished a round exactly when the time expired, which of course is pretty rare. It might happen to a few of you, but get right into, even if there's like 2 seconds left, get right into the push-ups, boom, 1, 2, your final score would be how many rounds you completed fully plus the amount of reps that you've done. Okay. And then hold the rope. This one's phenomenal. So this one is for load. It's not for time. It's not for reps or for how many rounds. This is for how much weight can you do this in. So you are going to do this 4 times. So power clean, front squat, push press, power clean, front squat, push press, power clean, front squat, push press, power clean, front squat, push press. You're going to do that 4 times. It's 48 movements total. Now with load, this one you got to practice. It's difficult. We have a little thing here. Your hands can never leave the barbell, right? So it has to be pretty fluid, right? You can take a breather of like 5 to 10 seconds. That's no problem. But you can't just like rest for 10 minutes with your hands on the bar and then get back after it. It's got to be pretty fluid, and a pretty steady pace there. This one's going to be very interesting. I see a lot of guys probably using the same weight. There might be 8 guys that are pretty strong using the same weight. And realistically, I want to see the guy that's going to use change plates, meaning, 0.5 on the end. So let's say, we have 8 guys using 115, but then, we have one guy that has change plates on the side. So he's doing 116. He's going to win if he's, has that top number. So change plates are really good. If your gym doesn't have them, buy them. It's a great way to avoid plateauing, stuff like that. Also, if you have chalk or something for grip, that's going to be huge. I practice this one. It's a nice one. It's the second half of August. Throughout the summer, try to understand what weight you'd be using. I am gonna say it's probably gonna be lower than you think. So see what kind of weight is gonna be good for you. All right. All right, and then we have our compound lifts. Pretty simple here. As many reps as possible in 2 minutes. So we have an example here of a 180-pound player. So for press, and we're going to do push press, just to protect the shoulder a little bit, so it's not stripped. So meaning you can use your legs and press. So if you're 180 pounds, your press, you're going to have 90-pound bar, and you're going to push press it as many times as possible in 2 minutes. Bench, 75% of your body weight, 135 pounds. Squat, that is your body weight, 100% of your body weight, 180 pounds, and then deadlift will be 225. Very simple. You have 2 minutes, running clock, get after it. This is a really big one with form, especially like the squatting. You have to hit parallel. We had guys getting 55 reps with their squat in the summer or the fall, and then I see them do it again in the winter, and it's 50 because there was a lot of reps where it's like, oh, you're not at parallel. Again, form is everything. You can't, the push-ups, the lockout, go back to 90, the squatting, make sure you're hitting parallel. If you can't hit parallel, you're not mobile enough, and we got to fix that. It is what it is, right? Some guys are more mobile than others. That's fine. But if you're just getting by with doing, barely breaking your legs there, it's not going to work, and we're gonna take care of it, no problem. All right. Also, for a lot of these, if you do have somebody to help keep track of rounds and reps, that helps a lot. Some of these, you hit a wall, you start blacking out. You don't know which way is up or down. So having someone to help you is very, very important. It can definitely, help a lot when, you're just going through the motions and you can have someone track the reps. So that will help a ton. Awesome. All right. We have our scoreboard here. So we got everybody here, returners, freshmen. Took Caldwell out. He's not doing this. We have everything right here. We have this right here. And then we're going to have our standings, right? So very competitive, of course. I want, this is more reasonable than last year. Last year, it was way too much, to be very honest. I got too excited. It was like 14 competitive lifts. I had you guys lifting like 6 days a week. Way too much. This is a lot more manageable. Every single person will be doing this. And I definitely want, especially for the freshmen, to understand, you're competing against yourself. That is the number one priority. For an 18-year-old kid to beat out, these kids that have been doing it, it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be very rare. So really understand that this is going to be a baseline. It's going to be a marker for you to see, okay, in 4 months, in 6 months, what is my time going to be? What are my reps going to be? What's my load going to be? What am I going to get for my lifts here? That is everything, right? That's where we really want the focus to be is, all right, I did it, perfect form. I did it as hard as I could in the summer, and then we're going to see what it's like 6 months or in the winter when we do it again. All right. So big focus, just competing against yourself. And here is the mobility. So you have everything right here. This is 30 minutes. Anything, like if you don't know what this one is, or these terms right there, Google is a hell of a tool. Please use it. This is very important. Make this count. I never really saw guys doing mobility routine. It wasn't something that I think I was supposed to see, but I was hoping guys were really doing it. A big difference from stretching and mobility, right? Before a game, you might do this type of stuff, but for 20, 30 seconds, it's really after the 20, 30 seconds where you go from stretching to mobility, right? Where you're actually getting more mobile, getting more flexible. So this should get your heart rate going. This should hurt a little bit. It really, really should. If it doesn't, it means you're not pushing hard enough. Good example, the sit and reach, right? For 60 seconds each leg, you're bending out the first 20 seconds, you hit a point, try to go further for the next 20 seconds, and try to go further. This is extremely, extremely important, especially for the young guys that might have issues getting in certain positions with like front squatting or hang cleaning. This is going to help. Excuse me. This is going to help a ton with that. All right. And then your library. So this is a library for all the stuff, right? Everything. It took a long time to make, but you're a freshman, you have no idea what thrusters are. Boom, here's a link right there. Every single lift in this sheet is on here. If there's one that's not, please let me know. I'll get it up there. All right. And then we have just some equipment stuff here. So we have bands, This helps a ton. So these bands, I want everybody to have. Returners, if you don't have it, please get it. These bands help a ton. There are some lifts in the warm-ups that you need these. We have these bands right here. These bands are incredible for shoulder care. Helped me a ton after I had shoulder surgery, helped me a ton, these bands right here. And there are things in the warm-ups where you're going to need this, right? Not that much money, should be fine there. And then everyone's going to need to get this this app right here. Okay, so to set yourself up for the EMOMs, Tabata stuff, you're going to need this app. All right, so just download it. We can help you set it up. If you're like, how do I set up, the thruster EMOM? I can help you out, but just play with it. You're going to learn it best by just playing around with the app and understanding what what's involved. All right. I think that's everything. Beautiful. Again, you guys have my number. If you have any questions with anything, please let me know, and have a phenomenal summer.